what are recipe books for? What is a recipe? What is it?
An outline for how to make something, to cook a dish.
Anyone else? Yes, it's an instruction to create food if it's a food recipe. And so in this speech, what I'd like to do is to prove to you that we have to redefine the way we look at recipe books and how it will benefit all of us and why. Who among you has got a lot of recipe books in your home that you do not open or you do not try? 1, 2, 3. That's for it. Me too. So I had a look at why I did that. First of all, let me backtrack a bit and tell you what happened to me before I realized these things. I love food. I grew up in a family that loves cooking and cooking for everyone. What happened was I got so much into food that I became oblivious of my health. And also what food really is. So when I had it's like angina, which is a heart disease, and I suffered from this disease in terms of how I breathe. I can't breathe properly, so it was difficult for me to breathe. And because of this, I connected this to eating meat. And so eating meat, I judged eating meat as bad for me. Not because I knew it was really bad, but because someone said so. In the TV and where I attended this vegetarian dinner. And so I became a vegetarian. I said, no, not meat. It's going to make me sick. And then when I became vegan, raw vegan, I said, no, not cooked food. It's going to make me sick. All I want is to look good and feel good. You see, I didn't know that what I was doing is actually I'm dramatizing and acting out my fear of the opposite, which is, do you know? Fear of ugliness and fear of not feeling good. Alright, so even if I'm satisfying my desire for eating healthy, I'm still acting out the fear that started it all. So what happened was I was diagnosed with cancer in the middle of all this. And so my idea of myself being more than bigger than life dropped down. And so I'm back to this fear. No, this can't be happening to me. Denial. But then I came to my senses, did some self-forgiveness for my fears, and I was able to heal myself without chemotherapy and radiation. And after that, I tried not eating and drinking for 3.5 days in a matter of 6 months. And I don't advise this for anyone. And so what I realized then is that it's not the answer either, because my skin became very dry. And after that, what I did is I embraced all food items, and then I became so fat that I can move. And then there are scratchy things here. And so I said, no. So what am I going to do now? So what happened was I decided to write down the food I eat every day. Make like a journal. I call it a food and weight log, where I log my weight also every day. And then what happened was I lost 9.3 pounds in a month just doing this without all those, no, not that. This, I love this, but it's gonna make me sick. No, I better, you see, this is creating conflict within myself that is causing stress that eventually lead to cancer. Who's gonna tell me that? No one. Because in the advertising world, it's all about money. If I'm selling healthy foods, you've got my advertising would be for health to be seen as more than life, you see. Because in that way, what I'm doing is I'm actually impulsing your fear of disease, you see. And this goes on, and the more we blame the food industry, and the more we blame Monsanto, who is creating this genetically modified food, the more we are denying our role in this, our self-responsibility. So what I did after that is created an ebook where I have all these different diets, and then also, meaning not segregating vegetarian from vegan, but putting it all there, also low sugar and low salt meals. But who's gonna buy that? No one. But I'm willing to take a chance. Guess why? Because that taking self-responsibility is a stable position. And I want to introduce that in our world. Because if I don't do it, no one will do it. It is me. So ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What will you support? A recipe book that is made to cater for your desires? Or a recipe book that is walked in a way that someone did change their diet for what is best for all of us? Thank you.